How to connect and have women think about you more. Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So this is a question that I got a couple days ago. Dude wanted to know how do I connect with women? What's the fastest way to connect with women? How do I have her? How do I stick out in her mind? How do I not become like the rest of these guys that she might have lurking around her? So this can sometimes be complicated. It's not really a cut and dry thing. But I think the first thing, a woman has to be sexually attracted to you. That's the first thing. Because if she's not sexually attracted to you, almost nothing is going to work. Almost nothing is going to work. I mean, if you think about even if you're on a job, even if it doesn't really matter where you at, any interaction between man and woman, really, it could be an interaction between a woman and a woman. But even that same woman is still sexually attracted to that woman, regardless of the sex, regardless if it's a man or a woman. In today's time, being that there's so many people out of the closet. So that's the first thing. The woman has to be sexually attracted to you. And the next thing I would say is you have to get her to be a little emotional. You have to tap into her emotions, I would say. You have to be able to tap into her emotions. Now, you can do this with words. You can do this with your personality. That's pretty much the best ways to do it. You can do this by just spending time with her, having intimate conversations, and then you get her to open up. Because sometimes it takes some women a long time to open up and get close to a guy. Because if you can get a woman to have a conversation with you, it usually it's a possibility that it could lead to something else. You know, and a lot of guys don't understand this. This is why, me personally, if that's my man's girl, I don't have a conversation with her, period, if that's his girl. Because I know as soon as, we I say, hi, how you doing? Now, it's okay to speak now. It's okay to speak. But I know as soon as we have a conversation about something, there's a possibility that things could escalate. Now, not necessarily on a physical level. It's more of a psychological level. Because a lot of times, a lot of women, if they don't think you're attractive, they're not going to talk to you at all. That's the average woman, especially a woman that's past the age of 30. Now, women in the 20s, they're like, that's a little bit different. Women in the 20s, they have less baggage. So they'll talk to people that they might not necessarily be attracted to if they're in the 20s. Because they don't have baggage. And they just don't know any better. And that's not a bad thing. But women in the 30s have so much, in the 30s and 40s and 50s have so much baggage. It's like, if they're not sexually attracted to you in some type of way, they're not even give you the time of day. The average woman in the 30s and 40s. And there's a lot of things that come along with that, and that's a video for another day when it comes to women in the 30s. But, so she has to be attracted to you in some type of way. And, if you can have a conversation with her and you can tap into her emotions, and it's going to be different for every woman. some women are very, um, some guys feel like they have to walk around on eggshells with a lot of these women. That's how emotional they are, you know. And then you have some women that they're kind of masculine. You know, they're not very, they're like tomboys. but even a woman that's a tomboy, she know how to turn it on and turn it off. You know, she can, because there's some women that are tomboys, you know, they'll put on some kicks and some tights and go shoot basketball and work out. And then afterwards, they'll shower, get all cleaned up, and go put on a dress with some heels and get all ladylike. So, but the average woman can't turn it on and turn it off like that. They can't do it. The average woman is just one way. That's it. And that's all she ever gonna be. Just one way. You know, if even she's athletic or she's not. That's what it is. You know. And the last thing I would say is you're gonna have to be a little mysterious. You can't do too much too fast, especially in the beginning. See, in the beginning, a lot of people you meet, men and women do this. They meet somebody, they like the person, but they start doing too much too fast. They kind of come off like they're in a rush, kind of thirsty. It's kind of like they got to get in as fast as they can fit in. And sometimes I'll be like, hey, slow down. You know, we're not running a race here. And the reason why they do that is because of what has happened in the past with them. Because maybe they've screwed up in the past. Every time they meet somebody, they find a way to self-sabotage the relationship they have with almost everybody they come in contact with. And maybe they had a lot of bad experiences in the past. So that's what a lot of that comes from. You know, every time they meet somebody that they like, they want to move fast. You know, so it's kind of like, don't do that. Moderation. That's what you need. Do a little bit here, a little bit there. Take your time. You're not going nowhere. You know, I mean, you're not gonna die. Well, hopefully you're not gonna die. But, you know, anytime soon anyway. But hey, you know, just you kind of like, if she sends you a text, don't be so eager to send a text back. You know, if she calls you, don't be so eager to answer the telephone. You answer the phone, not even the first ring, a half a ring. If she send you an email, don't be so eager to send the email. You can take your time. Slow roll, you know. And don't make her your, how do I say this? Your center of your universe. Have your own life. Have something going on. Things you're working on. Things you're doing on the side, outside of work. Don't have her be the center of your universe, you know, because unfortunately, if she's the center of your universe, most women, unfortunately, don't appreciate it. You can put that woman on a pedestal. You can drink her bath water. 9 times out of 10, she's not going to really respect that. In most cases. You know, there's always an exception to the rule. But the average woman out here today, they're like feminazis. They probably won't respect that. Like I said, moderation. Moderation. Anything, too much of anything is not good. You know, so spending too much time with the woman. So let's say that you want the woman to come over every night to stay with you at your house. That's not good. Not every night. I mean, come every other day, hey, okay. 2-3 days a week, cool, perfect. But every other day, even every other day is kind of pushing it. You know, but 2-3 days a week, that's good. That's perfect. Because, you know, 7 days in a week, so 2-3 days, perfect. But every other day, that's kind of pushing it. But every day, that's too much. You know, so and if a woman thinks that you're too much available, she won't respect that very much either, because she gonna look at it like, hey, this dude don't got a life. Every time I call him, he's always available, and that gets old after a while. So these are just a couple things that you could do to connect with a woman on a emotional level and have her thinking about you. So if you like this video, share it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, click the little bell below. That way, every time I upload a new episode, you won't miss out. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.